Hello, YouTube. Good afternoon. Today is Wednesday, August 12th. You will notice I'm in a different setting today. That is because I am at my grandmother's house recovering from surgery. I've been here for the past week recovering. For those of you guys who don't know, I just had nasal surgery last week, Thursday the 6th. Um, to help me breathe easier. Prior to the surgery, I really couldn't breathe through my nose due to complications. And I just want everyone to know the surgery was a huge success. It's supposed to take 2 to 3 weeks to make a full recovery from the surgery, but I'm already noticing a big difference. I'm able to breathe through my nose, which is something I could not do before. So I'm very thankful I had the surgery. It's been a real blessing to be able to have that done and improve my quality of life. So today I had my follow-up appointment for the surgery and it went really well. Um, I'm gonna be going back home tonight. So I want to make kind of a different kind of video today. I'm gonna instead of focusing on mental health today, I want to talk about more about boundaries and issues we face as addicts or alcoholics that are in recovery. Um, for those of you guys who don't know, I have had some issues with drugs and alcohol, and I want to stay sober. I'm currently over 7 months sober right now. I'm working on my eighth month, and it's going very well. But I had to make some decisions this week that were very difficult on me. Um, Basically, what's going on is I had to set some boundaries with my mom. Um, I'm trying to do the clean and sober thing right now, and she is not. She's just not ready to get clean yet. She is deciding to, continue using pretty much every day. Um, and over the past 3 or 4 weeks here, it's her addiction seems to be getting worse and worse, and it's really stressing me out, and it was starting to have a negative impact on my own recovery. So I had to set some boundaries. Um, Basically, what has happened is, well, first of all, a few weeks ago, I heard voices for the first time in about 3 months, and I was discussing it with my therapist, and we basically chalked it up. My therapist agrees that probably the reason that I heard those voices probably has a lot to do with the stress that I'm under from my mom's drug addiction, the stress that she puts me through. That was probably about 95% of the problem. Um, and I've just been really stressed out ever since then. So basically, we had an incident happen this week that basically was the final straw for me. And I did something that I never thought I would have to do. I blocked her on Facebook. So she can no longer get a hold of me via Facebook, which is going to be a big adjustment because for a while there, we were talking every single day on Facebook. Um, Basically what happened is she did something I didn't like. She said some things that I didn't like. I ended up saying some things that she probably didn't like. In fact, I know she didn't. Um, so I decided that it's best for us to distance ourselves from each other. Um, she can still get a hold of me by phone if she wants to. She can choose to text me or call me. But I'm not going to be talking to her every single day like I was. For the past few months, I've been talking to her almost every single day, and that has to come to a stop. I don't mind her calling me once a week and checking in with me maybe once a week or so, but every day is too much with her addiction and how bad it's getting. It's too much drama. I really can't handle it mentally. Um, so Yeah, so basically, that's a decision. That was a huge decision I had to make because, I never thought it would come down to that. And it's like I told her, I'm always gonna love her because she's my mom. That's never gonna change. I'm always gonna love her. But I'm not just gonna keep sitting back and watching her kill herself. I can't do it anymore. It's too painful on me. Um, so the issue with it is if I were to keep associating with her, I'm in very fragile grounds in recovery. Really, your first 2 years in recovery from drugs and alcohol is a very sensitive period of time. Um, I'm still fairly new at this, so it's important for me to stay sober, and I have to do what I have to do to protect myself. Um, so yeah, basically, taking a little break from my mom. I will check on her periodically, but it's not going to be as often. And the problem with, you know, if you're in recovery and you're hanging around people who are still using, then that's a big temptation and that can cause you to relapse. And it's happened to me before. There's been times where I've had other periods of sobriety in the past where I thought it was okay to hang out with people who are still drinking and using drugs. And I ended up relapsing. I thought I could handle it, but I just couldn't handle it. Um, so that's one thing to think about. The other thing is, like I mentioned earlier, the stress from it is affecting my mental health. And I'm just really upset because um the way my mom treats my grandparents, she totally takes advantage of them, and she just treats my grandparents really, really poorly, and it really upsets me. And I worry a lot about my grandparents because they're getting older. They're in their 70s, and they're both diabetic, so they have some health issues. So I worry about them a lot. I want them to be safe, and I don't want my mom, dragging them down. And despite how poorly she treats my grandmother still continues to pay her phone bill and get her mail at her address. My mom's mail gets sent to my grandma's address, so when she gets mail, my grandma meets up with her and delivers her the mail. Um, which really shouldn't be happening because she could get mail at the women's shelter she's in. She's just choosing not to change her address. So that kind of upsets me. Um, so sometimes when we're in recovery from drugs and alcohol, we have to set these boundaries with people. And if we don't set these boundaries, it's real possible to relapse. Like I said, your first 2 years are a really fragile period of time. Um, so yeah, I don't really know what else to say about the situation. I haven't talked to my mom the past couple of days, and I've already noticed my stress level has gone down. So that's definitely a good thing. Um, I am keeping up on my mental health, taking my medications, and engaging in my therapy. I do have an appointment tomorrow with my psychiatrist. I will probably make another video and update you guys on how that goes. My goal is to hopefully decrease my Invega. It has some side effects that I'm a little bit concerned about. I don't want to go off of it because I'm really impressed with how in control how well and in control of my schizophrenia symptoms I am, but I would like to decrease it, maybe to give me a little bit more energy and not struggle so much with weight gain. I am kind of getting concerned about my weight lately. Um, so I will make another video on that when the time comes, probably later this week or this weekend. But yeah, that's the situation that happened with my mom this week. And if you're in recovery, it's good to set boundaries with people so they don't walk all over you. When I was going through treatment at DESC in Seattle, A lot my CD counselor talked to me a ton about setting boundaries, and I didn't really think much of it at the time, but ever since this has been happening with my mom, it totally makes sense to me now. I can totally see why it's so important to talk about that. Um, so, if you're in recovery, if you're new in recovery, just be careful who you associate with. Um, you know, don't try not to associate with toxic people. And if you're in recovery and you need someone to talk to, I'm here for you. You guys can reach out to me anytime you want. Comment on the videos or hit me up on Facebook. I'm here and I'm always willing to chat. So that's pretty much all I have to say today. I hope everybody's having a great week. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the week. And take care, you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.